Hello, Aries, and welcome to Bunny Cat's Oracle. It's great to have you here. I'm Marianne, and I'm going to be pretending it's March 1st and not March 4th, and I'm going to do your March 2021 general tarot reading. So let's get started. I always like to start my readings with a prayer. So for everyone who clicked on this video today, I pray that you are healthy, that you are happy, that you and your loved ones are protected from harm, and that you are making all your best dreams come true. Let's get started. So, what's going on for Aries for March 2021, please? And remember, these are general readings. They are just for your own entertainment. I hope you enjoy them. I like to keep you company for a little bit. But if everything doesn't specifically apply to you, that's okay. It's not supposed to. All right. So, what's going on for Aries, please, for March 2021? What do they need to hear? I'm using the cat tarot again because it's my favorite and it's just so fun and friendly and fuzzy. But the cards are a little big for my little hands, so please pardon my awkward shuffling. Okay, one more shuffle. Aries, please. March 2021. Okay. Six lines here. 4, oops, 5, and 6. I messed it up a little bit. Okay, make it nice. I'm going to get all the cards on the table this time before I start interpreting them, so I'm not here all day. Looks good so far. That's a major arcana coming through here. So, Aries, what's going on? Present, I've got the Two of Swords here, the Judgment card, and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like some of you may be really focused on someone or something from the past and really wanting to reach out, but it's like, you're not. Why aren't you? Why aren't you? This is card, this Two of Swords of like hesitation, maybe procrastination. It feels like it's an important decision, and because it's so important, you're taking your time making it. It's kind of like when you don't know how to answer a question, so you just don't. It's like that kind of vibe. So the Judgment card does talk about the past. You may be thinking about something that you did or said, and you kind of want to make it right. You want to reach out to somebody, maybe offer something to them. Maybe it's offering a commitment, right? Could be thinking about a lover from a past, but there's some hesitation there. Definitely some hesitation. For others, this can be work related. There can be a new business that you're wanting to start or a job you're wanting to apply for, but you're hesitating. I don't know why you're hesitating, but I mean, you're thinking it through, right? Using your best judgment, perhaps. Perhaps you feel like if it's somebody you're reaching out to, there's a part of you that's like, I know better to do that, but I still want to. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just get out. We have a Queen of Hearts here. So some of you could be thinking about a water sign. Queens generally represent females, but because this is a general reading, we have to kind of consider that it could be either way. It could be a queen or a king, right? Generally a water sign, somebody that really lives in their emotions, makes decisions from an emotional or an intuitive place as opposed to a logical place. Could be somebody very beautiful as well. Somebody very creative. She's here with a little flower. It's nice hair. And yeah, I feel like you want to reach out to somebody. You're not kind of sure how. And I have the Jack of Hearts clarifying this. So I do feel this is like a lover, right? Like somebody you have a crush on, or you had a little bit of past situation with. Listen, a lot of us are doing this. We're sitting around in lockdown and we're kind of having to keep ourselves company with our own thoughts, right? Or just like one or two other people. So, we tend to think about our past and people from the past and things that happened in the past. Why? Because, there's not a whole lot else to think about in the present when we have no one to talk to and we're not having these conversations and, social events happening like they used to. So, we would have a lot more memories to work with if we were able to go out and have social lives, right? So it's not that weird. You're thinking about somebody from the past. Okay, Aries, your recent past. I have the Four of Wands and the World card and the Seven of Pentacles. This is really nice, really, really nice. I feel like something that you did work related has gone really super well for you. This is a card of accomplishment and victory, like the ultimate victory. And the Four of Wands is also a card of victory and increase. The World card is the last card in the major arcana. So there's a feeling of completing something, or even when I say completion, I don't mean like necessarily an ending, but you could have wrapped something up, or you could have been working on some big project that you wanted to present to the world, like a website, for example, or a new business. And I feel like it's been really successful. The Four of Wands is you coming into a new place in your life where you're better respected, you have more abundance, people are seeing you in a new light. So, and it's a card of also putting down roots. We have four poles here. Well, they're supposed to be wands, but they're kind of like trees. It can represent a graduation, promotion. It can even represent a marriage. But there's an idea of solidity and a new solidity, like a new foundation. So this is beautiful. The Seven of Pentacles is about a work challenge. So that's why I feel like this is about your career more than anything. Although some of you, maybe could have recently gotten married, but this looks to me like something to do with your work. So good for you, Aries. It looks really good. Looks really, really wonderful. What is motivating you this month? I have the Emperor and the Fool card. Now, the Emperor, incidentally, is your card in this deck. This is the king of all kings, the boss of all boss. So major boss energy, wanting to boss up. Also, the Fool is here. Now, this is a really positive card as well. See, like I said, lots of major arcana here. This is wanting a fresh start, maybe wanting to start over in some area. So it may be about your work, but I can almost see this as being like two separate things, like wanting to kind of run your own world and be the boss of your own world. But you also might want to start over in another area of life, right? It could be romantic. It could be about friends. Let's just clarify. I grabbed a Nine of Cups and a Six of Hearts, and I only meant to grab one card, but that's what came up. So yeah, I do kind of get the sense some of you are thinking about somebody. I think I saw that in the present. Somebody from the past, somebody you're not letting go of. The Nine of Clubs is somebody not letting go. It's like they've been fighting the good fight for a really, really long time, but they're not giving up. The Six of Hearts is about somebody from the past. So we do feel like, your career is going super, super well, but you can't help but think about a past lover and really thinking about them a lot, reminiscing. And maybe that's even motivating your career. Like you're working harder to make money and to establish yourself because you're wanting to impress somebody. That's possible. That's really cute. I like that. I like that a lot. In the near future, I have the Tower, I have the Queen of Pentacles, and I have the Star. Now, interesting combination having the Star with the Tower, because this is the card in the major arcana that comes after this card. So I feel like there's some fated events going on here, Aries. When you have this much major arcana in your reading, it's like fate is stepping in. The Tower card literally represents fate stepping in. The idea is, here we have a cat tower and we have some lightning. So it's not the traditional image, but the idea behind the traditional card is it's a tower that's supposed to be the devil's tower. It's built on a shaky foundation, and God kind of comes in and knocks it down with lightning bolt, right? And then after the tower is the star, which is the idea of filling that hole with water and renewing the space and now creating a beautiful lake. So we have this calm and this creativity and this new hope and renewal that comes after the upsetting event of the tower. So something is being knocked out of your life or is ending suddenly. With the lightning, it's the idea of something suddenly, a sudden upset. And it seems to be fated. It's like, so there could be a little chaos there or a little drama. It could have to do with the Queen of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with an earth sign, or this could be a friend. It could be a partner, right? It seems to be somebody pretty solid. Now, is it a romantic partner? Is it a best friend? I don't know. We have the Four of Clubs. Okay, so it could be a romantic partner, very much. And whether it's male or female, just take it how it resonates. Again, this is a general reading, so I can't say specifically. But this could be somebody you were in a relationship with who is making a sudden exit, but not necessarily, right? So if that is the case, if your relationship hasn't been going well and this person is making a sudden exit and a bunch of drama, I would say it is for the best because the star is here. So the idea of hope and renewal and, for those of you who are in a relationship currently and really, really hyper focused on somebody from the past, this could be from the best, right? Or for the best, I should say, because it would clear the way for you to be able to pursue somebody else. Now, for those of you that story does not apply to, I still think that this could be. It could not necessarily be the end of a relationship. It could be that there's some drama that needs to come out. It's like maybe there's something that you guys need to talk about and you haven't been talking about it. You've been kind of just sweeping it under the rug. And all of a sudden there's a big dramatic argument or something, right? Like out of the blue, it's like everybody's suddenly, saying everything that they meant to say, right? So it's a little bit of dramatic and chaos, but that could be exactly what needs to happen in order for you guys to rebuild. And so there's hope here either way. I don't like to tell people like you need to break up with your relationship, right? I mean, I do see cards here that could be indicating that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should, right? And I would hate to hear that somebody broke up with a perfectly good partner because a tarot reader told them, right? I don't want to be that person. The energy is here for something chaos, something upsetting, but then the idea of rebuilding and hope. Another thing I want to point out, okay, that's not relationship related because obviously this isn't going to be for everyone. I've seen the Tower come up a bunch of times when the stock market was kind of going crazy and my stocks were going down. And this would actually be a perfect version of that because we have the idea of increase. We have the idea of the rich lady or the rich man, the Tower, the fact that, my Amazon stocks just took a hike, in the wrong direction. But, the star represents the fact that I can go in and buy more, right? Go buy more stocks if you're able to. That would be a good time to do that, right? So what one person sees as, a negative event could be to somebody else, a positive event, or it's both of those things, right? Your stocks lose value. Yeah, that kind of sucks. And, in the interim, right? It's not permanent, but the opportunity to buy more is great. So please take this how it resonates to you. Something that is hidden to you. I have the Chariot and I've got the King of Wands and the Page of Wands. Now, this is kind of exciting. There is somebody coming your way with the Chariot here who is incredibly excited about you. Whether it's a king or a queen, again, either way, they have a lot of enthusiasm for you. This is often like sexual energy. It's like this is somebody that thinks about you a lot. And I think they're thinking about you at night. I think they're thinking about you when they're having an intimate little moment. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get censored. So there's somebody, I think if they're not coming your way, they would love to hear from you. I think if you are wondering if you should reach out to a particular person, I think they would be very happy to hear from you. And there's the idea of victory here. Now, if you're not thinking about a particular person, this could have to do with your work, right? It's saying like the things that you are passionate about and that you're working hard towards, like your dream is totally within your grasp. This is great. And of course it is, right? You had the World and the Four of Wands over here and the Emperor. It's like, man, you've got winning energy all around you. This is the ultimate win, the Chariot. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Maybe the World is, but both of these cards are about victory and winning. And so is this card. And so is the Emperor, and the Star is about that dream. So honestly, you've got a great reading here in terms of making a dream come true, whether it's a work dream or whether it's a dream about a person. There's a real winning vibe coming through here. So please apply that to any area of life that you so choose. It's a choose your own adventure reading. Okay. So advice, I've got the Ace of Wands, I've got the Five of Cups, and I've got the King of Swords. Okay. Now, the Ace of Wands is saying, go for it, go for it, go for it. Whatever it is that you want, just go for it. There's a real vitality coming through here. This cat is just jumping up and he's just grabbing that ribbon and he's just loving it, loving the life. We see a lot of green behind him. That represents things growing, the idea of spring. Spring is growing, and you know what? Spring is growing. That's not a thing. Spring is here. The leaves are growing. Things are going to start to get more green. And, we are growing too. We're starting to thaw out too, right? I feel better just knowing that it's March, which means that winter is on its way out and I can get out for longer walks and, just feel alive, right? So this is saying, like, tap into that. What makes you feel alive, Aries? Go after that. The Five of Cups is here to say you have to let go of the past, the pain of the past. And the King of Swords is here on top of that. And it's about a major transformation. Something has been weighing you down. This is like almost like the Six of Hearts that you had, but this is a more kind of negative interpretation of that. The Five of Cups shows up when we've been reminiscing about something that went wrong or something that was lost for too long. It's a card of grief. And I'm not here to tell anybody what their grief process is supposed to look like if you're absolutely, if you legitimately lost a loved one. But generally when the Five of Cups is here, it's like you've been grieving a little too long and it's time to kind of turn a new page, to let things go. And there may be some massive change you have to make in your life as well. You may need to say goodbye to something or someone so that you can transform into the next person that you're going to be. I don't mean next person as if you're going to be a different person, but every time we go through these cycles in our lives and we close chapters, it's like we do kind of become somebody new, like we shed our old skin and then we've got this shiny new skin. So you're about to go into some new phase in your life, Aries, and you're being asked to let go of people, places, situations, or habits that aren't serving you and aren't serving your future self. I actually read a really good quote today. I'm trying to remember it correctly so I don't butcher it, but it was about self-discipline. I think it was saying, self-discipline is, what is it? I know I'm going to butcher it. It's like choosing what you want most over what you want now, or asking yourself what you want most and choosing that instead of what you want now. I knew I was going to butcher it. I totally didn't get it right, but it's something to that effect, right? So think about what you want most, Aries, and try to make decisions that are based on that, right? What would your future self want you to do? Would your future self want you to stay in a relationship that wasn't really making you happy, where you were constantly fantasizing about somebody else? Or would your future self want you to be, drinking and, smoking weed into the late hours of the night? Would your future self want you to, keep working at a job you don't like, right? So this combination here, that's what it's making me think of. There's a transformation that needs to be made with the Fool in this line here about what's motivating you. It's like you're wanting to start anew. You may be wanting to break free, wanting to turn the page, start another chapter, maybe in love, right? So you may be asked to let go of something, and you're going to need to think long and hard and deep about what that is, okay? I'm not going to pressure you either way because I don't want, what should I say? I don't know your life, and I don't want to be held responsible for your decisions. So I hope you found this reading entertaining, if not helpful. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do some oracle cards here. Let's get some animal spirit cards just to close out your reading. And these are really cute too. I'm really into the animals theme lately. My animals are such great company. I have 2 cats and they are very furry and their fur is everywhere and I'm constantly sniffling, but they have made this lockdown so much easier. I got to say, I love them so much. So much. Just constant love here. Okay, what do we have for Aries? Let's see. I've got the hummingbird. Nice. And I've got the lion. Nice. This is such an interesting combination. It's actually making me think of this story about a bird that got a thorn out of a lion's paw and they end up becoming friends. It's like it's an unlikely union, There's somebody that's very delicate and very gentle, and there's someone that's very strong and very proud, like a protector. So this may be about your relationship, or it may be about 2 different aspects of your personality. It's like you're a lion, but you're also a hummingbird. You do need love and care and, TLC. The hummingbird also knows where to go to get nourishment, right? People put out those hummingbird feeders and they have that red liquid in it. It kind of looks like red Kool-Aid, and they go in with their long beaks and they get a little sip and they keep coming back, but then they take off again and they do their hummingbird thing, but then they come back and they get the juice, right? So it's about knowing how to get your needs met and knowing what you need and where to get that thing that you need. So I feel like you, Aries, you have the heart of a lion, and you're obviously on to bigger and better things and like ready to kind of dominate the world here. But you also have needs, okay? And you need to honor those. So there's a need for self-care. There may be a need for love and respect. There's something that maybe you're not getting currently that you need to pay attention to. So is it a daily routine that you need? Is there a particular song that you like to listen to that puts you in really good spirits when you're full of self-doubt or you're feeling like you're having a bad day? Maybe you need to play that song every day, right? Or maybe it's a meditation practice, or it's a little workout, or it's a silly little dance. I don't know. Maybe it's a need that you need to get from your partner, right? And you just need to say what you need to say and ask for what you need. Don't be afraid to speak up for your emotional needs as well, right? Because, maybe you are a lion, but you still have emotional needs and you need self-care and TLC, just like this cute little hummingbird here. So, well, thank you for joining me for this reading, Aries. This has been lots of fun. And I look forward to doing another reading for you again soon. Until then, take very good care of yourselves and have a beautiful month. Bye.